So, you got anything?
Not a damn thing. Bob?
I need a drink. Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the losses hurt, but the cocktails help. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to another episode of Giant Cocktails. Fucking 314th episode, Ben. And maybe we should just say right off the bat, we're not beeping anything out, folks.
I mean,
Sorry.
they just found out. They just found out.
Just found out. When the 2025 season just unexpectedly ends, you just I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, the plan was we were going to warn them before we started swearing. But
oh yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good.
But I understand, because last episode, man, you were something else. You were something else. So I knew you were kind of on the edge. I think you sensed it. I think you sensed this coming.
I must have. And that's why I had this bottle of extra strength Tylenol sitting in front of my desk. Been popping those for the last since 1:30 this afternoon.
Matthew, that doesn't work on depression. It's a different kind of pain.
Oh. Okay.
So you know.
Maybe that's why it didn't help.
Yeah, no, maybe Tums.
My knee is feeling a lot better, though.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Well, I guess I should do did you know that the 2004 Giants hit 314 doubles on their way to a second place National League West finish with 91 wins? Wouldn't that be nice?
91 wins?
Yeah. Or 314 doubles, for that matter.
A team with a winning record would be nice, honestly.
Honestly.
Remember 2 days ago when we had one?
No, I do not.
You don't remember that? You don't remember it? Because I know it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that way because they had 3 consecutive losing months.
They did. Yes, they have not won since June? No, May.
They haven't had a winning month since
April. Since April.
May. Since May. March doesn't count.
Well, May, June, and July means that they didn't have winning records in May, June, or July. So April was the last month that they had a winning record.
Well, there you go. Yeah. See, I was thinking they were better than that.
I don't know why you would think that.
I don't know either. I don't know. I mean, that was did you not hear me the last? Oh, man, I'm so glad I got all that out. You know, before it all happened.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
No, sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk cocktails.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking something I'm calling Bitter Buster. And I'll tell you all about it at the end of this episode.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very kind of you. Bob, I'm drinking something that I'm calling shit from my bar. And I usually would tell you the recipe at the end of the show, but I'm going to decide what the recipe is right now with Matthew. So yeah, I'm just putting ice into my highball glass. I have here 3 different bottles of, airline size, travel size liquor. And, they were the ones that were either given to me as gifts or I bought as a gag. And, so Matthew and we're going to decide right here. Matthew, is it the apple pie moonshine?
Yes.
No? Are you sure? Are you sure? I have banana flavored whiskey.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then I also have macadamia nut.
Yes.
Macadamia nut what? Nut. Nothing.
It just says macadamia nut.
It just says macadamia. And I think that means it's, I I think it's rum because it's Kahana Royale. But I don't even know what Kahana Royale is. So anyway, so you're saying all three?
I'm saying all three. It's shipped from your bar.
Okay. That doesn't want to open. I got it.
Okay, good.
I had to use my teeth.
It's really
on that.
bothering me that you're using your teeth to open that.
Well, my hands weren't good enough because it's the little top's so tiny, and I don't know how old that one is, Matthew. I think it's very old. I'm having the same problem with this little bottle. Okay, there. Okay, so that was I just poured in the Kahana. What is that? Oh, God. Oh, well, it does smell like macadamia. I was going to, you know what it smells like? It smells like fondant. You know that stuff they put on the outside of cakes? It smells like a princess cake.
Okay.
And
well, that's not a bad thing.
Oh, yeah. That's a Grand Michel banana. That is not a Cavendish. That is a Grand Michel flavored thing. Okay, Matthew, my glass is almost already full with those two. That is.
All right, top it off with the moonshine.
Top it off with the moonshine and then just drink that? All
Yes.
right. Well, so now in goes the apple. Apple pie moonshine.
Well, maybe a little Sprite to top it off.
Yeah, there we go. And we'll top it off with Sprite. I opened the Sprite already for the sound effects at the top of the show. Thankfully, because the other two ones I have are cranberry ginger ale and root beer.
Ooh, I think root beer would have been the way to go.
It's too late. I can mix in some later. This is fine.
All right. How is it?
I'm nervous. It's not good.
Just like the 2025 Giants, Ben.
Just like the 2025 Giants.
Anyway, today is Wednesday, July 30th, the day the Giants died. They went 0-3 against. I don't want to insult the Pirates by calling them lowly. The venerable Pittsburgh.
What are you
Pirates.
talking? No, the lowly Pittsburgh Pirates, Matthew. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I'm just saying that the Giants are lower than they are.
Yes, but just because the Giants are low doesn't mean the opponent that just swept them is high. See,
Okay.
I think that's like kind of like it's a backhanded compliment to the Giants, and the Giants don't even deserve that right now. Okay.
Okay.
The Pirates suck. The Giants got swept by them. That's what happened.
Well, the Giants, as you mentioned earlier, have a losing record for the first time this year. They are 54-55, one game over homeostasis.
Matthew, it's going to be nip and tuck. We have a third of the season to go. And I'm really curious, is this team going to continue to crater and go just go straight on down and finish with 70 wins? Is that where they're going? Or are they going to pull it out, play 500 ball from here on out, and then lose the last game of the season to finish at homeostasis? That's really the big question mark right now.
That is the question mark, and the only reason that's going to keep me going over the next third of the season.
Yeah.
I know you like to talk about records right about now. Yeah, they're still third in the National League West, 9 games behind the LA Dodgers, and as far as the wild card goes, they are 6 games out of the final wild card spot with 2 other teams ahead of them.
Right.
Not looking good.
No, it's not looking good. Not looking good, Matthew. But also, the Diamondbacks, the D-bags, they have also been sucking too. And the Dodgers continue to not play great baseball, but all of that's irrelevant. All of that's irrelevant because Buster pulled the plug. Buster decided they're not ready. I mean, they're not winners. And I don't think, I don't disagree with him.
Guy, right? No. As much as I'd like to be like, I can't believe Buster traded away one of our best relievers, our best reliever, our third or fourth best player. You know, like, I mean, there are a lot of things you could say about Tyler Rogers that would make maybe a diehard Giants fan feel like, why did we trade him? But when you're 6 games out of a playoff spot with a third of the season to go, and you've lost 6 in a row, and you said we could throw in tidbits whenever we want, I'm going to tell you how bad that 6 in a row homestand loss was.
Do it.
According to the Elias Sports Bureau, Ben, the only other time the Giants have gone winless on a homestand of 6 or more games was April of 1896.
1996, that's not that long ago.
1896.
Excuse me?
96.
Excuse me?
When they lost 6 straight to the Phillies and the venerable Boston Bean Eaters.
Who became
Atlanta Braves.
That's right. That's right. They became the Atlanta Braves after a stop in Milwaukee. Which, you know, I knew that the Braves come from Milwaukee, and I kind of knew they came from somewhere else before that, but I didn't know it was Boston. Yeah, that sucks, Matthew.
So today I'm sitting there watching the game, hoping that Logan Webb can do his magic, which he did. It was good to see the Logan Webb of old, and he had struck out 8 of his first 9 batters he faced.
Yeah, it was amazing.
First, I should say, 8 of the first 9 outs were via strikeout.
Right.
And I was feeling good, and then Ken Rosenthal had to ruin it. And he sends out this tweet. Then later, our man Alex Pavlovich confirms that Tyler Rogers had been traded.
Yeah, okay. I have a question about that. By the way, folks, what we're talking about today is the death of the 2025 season, and then we're going to talk about the trade deadline.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Pirates game.
That's Matthew got lost in the show notes here, and I got lost on the clock. I'm trying to run the clock, and I don't even, I suck at that anyway, but... So anyway, that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about the Pirates series. We're talking about the end of the 2025 season for the Giants. And, you know, for those of you who are like, what are you guys talking about? Well, we're going to get into that. And then we're going to talk about the trade deadline overall. We're going to talk about the pieces that we did get for Mr. Tyler Rogers. So Matthew, but that leads me to my question.
Okay.
I sent you a text 99 times out of 100. You are texting news to me first, and
this is true.
I have to admit,
yeah, you did break the news today, Jimmy, didn't you?
Okay, I did, and I was surprised because my wife broke it to me because she was on her phone, and she says, "Oh no, Rogers," and I was like, "What are you talking?" I was like, my brain was like, I knew that she was talking about an athlete, and I was like, what did Aaron Rodgers do now? Right? I mean, hey. And then I was like, well, maybe she means, and then I'm like, what happened? And she said, he got traded. And she said, and I said, who? And she said, Tyler Rogers. And I said, do you mean Taylor? And Taylor did get traded yesterday, this morning, by the way. Taylor did get traded.
To the Pirates.
That's right. But she was like, no, Tyler. And then I immediately texted you. And it was like, as I was typing it, I was like, oh my God, the Giants traded Rodgers. And then all of a sudden it just hit me. They're selling. The Giants are selling. And because you can't replace him. You can't replace Tyler Rogers in the back of your bullpen. The Giants don't have enough guys to cover that inning. They don't have enough guys to cover that. They especially didn't today because Tyler was officially on the roster today, but obviously was not going to pitch. Probably wasn't even at the ballpark. And so the Giants were a man down today. And Rogers certainly would have appeared sometime before the 10th inning, but he didn't. And the Giants lost. So we can pin that loss on Buster Posey, maybe, but not really.
Not really.
We all know whose fault this is.
The Giants' offensive players?
That's right. The Giants' position players. This is their fault. And it has been their fault for 2.5 months. All they had to do was be mediocre or just a little bad. They could have been just below average, you know? But they decided to be atrocious.
And they knew it. Like, all the players in the clubhouse were like, you know, we put Buster in this position. And, you know, if we had played better than Buster, they know Buster would have gone and gotten somebody. But when you don't play that good, you know, you're not in a position to go and buy.
No, and the Giants did do that when they went and got Devers. Right?
Yeah, which, you know, turned them into the worst team in baseball. And I wish I was joking. The Giants have the worst record in baseball since June 16th, which is when Devers was traded.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. This cocktail is so bad. I'm putting in root beer.
Put some more soda in
I'm putting
there.
root beer in now. It needs
Anything
more
tastes
sugar.
better with root beer. That's what I say.
Yeah, it needs more sugar. I don't know.
It does need more sugar. I will say that.
Well, no, I mean, that's the problem with it. All of these things are super sweet. It doesn't need more sugar. It needs more
Flavor.
water is what it needs.
Well, and I you know, getting back to this whole Giants thing, watching them play the last 6 games and putting yourself in Buster's shoes, it does not look like a good baseball team. And just off the top of my head, I can think of things like Ramos running into an out at third base. Ramos not knowing the infield fly rule.
As I said,
Walker today not throwing home on a comebacker in the 10th inning and allowing the go-ahead run on third to score. Opposing pitchers just realizing that the Giants can't hit fastballs and just pumping fastballs past guys. Forget like 0 for like 88 with runners in scoring position. I mean, it's just one thing after another. This is not a good team. And there's no amount of lipstick that was going to make this pig look good.
No, agreed. And as I said in the last episode, you know, Ramos is making simple mistakes all the time, always. He's not a good baseball player. You know, he can hit, and he has proven that he can maintain that. But no, he's not a good baseball player, and he's been hurting the team out there. And can you have one guy like that? Well, you prefer not to. But yeah, you can. If you are good enough elsewhere. But the Giants just have a lot of holes, right? Well,
they have no margin for error. You can't have a guy making an error because they don't have any margin anywhere else to make.
Right, because they can't score. And so you can't have a guy make a mistake. You can't have a guy cost you a run, either in the on defense or offense, because your runs are so precious. Agreed. And I will say that, I mean, that is a huge question mark for this team. Like, the fact that they are playing such bad baseball beyond just not hitting, right? Because it's like, okay, hitting's hard and, maybe they just don't have good hitters. But it's like the rest of it, these are professional baseball players. They've been doing this their whole lives. This is their livelihood. And the things that they're screwing up are things that are basically things that you can perfect through practice, right? Things that they should be good at and able to do. And the fact that they don't do them is infuriating. And then it also does ask you, well, what is the Giants coaching staff doing? What is Bob Melvin doing? And if Melvin's delegating, how come he's not watching over his delegates, and holding them accountable? So, yes, the lack of preparation and the lack of execution at the basic baseball stuff, I think, has been the most infuriating. But yeah, you're also right. It's magnified by the fact that this lineup sucks.
Well, I get that it's easy, though, to blame the coaching staff, and I want to do the same. But I'm also left to wonder, like I don't play professional baseball, but I know the infield fly rule. I don't play professional baseball, but I know that if a ground ball to the left side is hit in front of me, then I stay at second base.
Yeah.
Instead of running to the bag. Like, these are things that like little leaguers know.
Yeah.
And so is it really the coaching staff's fault? Do they really need to go back to Little League with these guys?
No. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I do think part of this is the Farhan Zaidi regime clearly just didn't care about these sorts of things at the minor league level, right? Like, these things were not being taught there. They were more concerned about how many reps you were getting and what the Weenus said about your swing or your velocity or your spin rate, right? Yeah. They certainly weren't concerned about how to play the game of baseball. And I think maybe some of that is reflected in the way that they've been playing, and especially from some of the younger guys, you know. But at the same time, yeah, it does kind of beg the question, like, these guys should know that before they become professional baseball players, right? Like, you and I know these things because we played baseball as a little leaguer and we coached kids, and so we know these things, and, you know, we've watched a fair amount of baseball. And on that part, we've probably done more of that than these guys have. But beyond that, though, yeah, these are all things they should know. I do just want to mention, like, I mean, and just in case, do you think, Matthew, there's anybody out there who's like, why is this the end of the 2025 season? Or does everybody know that? Our listeners know that, right? We don't have to defend that argument that trading Tyler Rogers means it's over, right?
Well, maybe that's a good point. Maybe that does need a little bit of an explanation. Generally, when you are thinking that you're going to have a run at a playoff spot, you are adding and not subtracting from your major league roster. So the signal is when they trade away one of your best guys out of the bullpen for prospects, then that's a big signal that the season is over.
Right.
That Buster's not going to go get reinforcements. He's not going to get that extra starter. He's not going to find somebody that can hit. He's going to sell off those who are in the last year of their contract or maybe have options, if anyone will take them, which is a big question mark, and look to next year.
Right.
Right? I mean, and sure, the players could suddenly realize that they got to play better and go on a little run. And so it's, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they play better and maybe squeak in, but it's a remote possibility at this point.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And you know, one of the things that you just said, I think, is like Tyler Rogers. You know, I think most people by now know how good he is, but Tyler Rogers is one of the top 10 relievers in all of baseball. And I would argue he's in the top 5. Not a closer, right? Because he's not a strikeout guy, at least not before this year he wasn't. But he is easily one of the best relievers in all of baseball. And so he came with a high premium. You know, he was going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Matthew and I had an argument about whether or not they should re-sign him. But for those of you who just don't know or don't remember or haven't been paying attention, the average ERA plus for pitchers is, of course, 100. Because 100 is average by definition. Tyler Rogers' ERA plus this year is 2.16. For his career, it's 1.45. His whip this year is 0.86. The league average whip for all of Major League Baseball is 1.293, or 1.3 basically. So, like, that is just outstandingly good. Tyler Rogers is one of the best players on the Giants. In terms of just overall ability and in terms of performance this year, I think Randy Rodriguez is the only pitcher who's better. And in terms of offense, I don't know that anybody's better. I think you could make the argument that Tyler Rogers has been the best player on the team this year.
Well, certainly maybe the most consistently good player on the Giants.
Right, and I think that's the most important thing, especially for his role, right?
Yeah.
So this was the Giants trading away one of their absolute best players, a guy who you would want in a playoff run, a guy who you'd want in critical situations in the playoffs. And the Giants were like, we don't need him. Let's go get a couple of prospects and reload. because Buster doesn't believe that this team is going to contend. So that's, I felt like we needed to cover that just in case anybody out there is still like bewildered. But
okay,
but that's what happened.
Well, and maybe it's time to kind of break down this trade.
All right.
The Tyler Rogers trade, he scrolling through social media and looking at all the pundits out there and the guys that are the reporters that are, talking with all of the general managers and executives out there. The consensus is the Giants did well for this, for a reliever to get 3 players. And again, it's right-handed pitcher Blade Tidwell, not Blake.
Blade.
Now, a lot of I think the iPhone may have auto-corrected a lot of Twitter people today to Blake, but it is Blade, as in a knife blade. Tidwell, Jose Buto, and then Drew Gilbert. Now Buto is actually he's the guy that's going to automatically fill in on the Giants 26-man. He's going to take the roster spot of Tyler Rogers.
Yeah, and Alex Pavlovich tried to like soften the blow by telling us he has a 3.64 ERA. And I'm like, oh yeah? Well, if he's so good, how come the Mets aren't keeping that right-hander and are trading him for another right-hander and then giving 2 of their best prospects? Alex, when he comes back on the show, write that down. Write that down. Bob, write that down. I'm going to ask him that.
Well, what is interesting is that already Drew Gilbert and Blade Tidwell, I think I saw, were now the 13th and 14th highest prospects on the Giants now. So they slot into number 13 and 14 on the
they were
list.
Wow. So that means that the Mets higher end was not as good as the Giants.
I guess so.
Because they were 10 and 12, I think.
Okay. What's interesting, and I do want to, like, Drew Gilbert, he's a center fielder and a left-handed hitter. He's 24 years old, not a big guy, 5'9", 195. He's in AAA this year, and if you go to his I don't know even what website I saw on Fangraphs and MLB, there's these little charts. He's basically a guy that makes a lot of contact and hits the ball hard, line drives, is a extreme pull hitter. So as a left-handed batter, he pulls the ball 52% of the time, which is in the 100th percentile in terms of pull hitting. And so not sure if that really factors into Giants, the Giants Stadium or Oracle Park, but he's not a home run hitter. So he's just a line drive guy, makes a lot of contact. Seems like the Giants are kind of going to that kind of player. It seems like that's the kind of guy that Buster is attracted to.
He wants
now.
He wants bat to ball skills.
Yes.
Like he wants guys who can put the bat on the ball. That's his most important skill.
And this guy does it.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of red on his chart here that shows that he's really good at putting the bat on the ball and hitting it hard.
Okay.
So maybe we'll see something, in the near future.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's the other thing I wanted to mention is that Blade has, first of all, both of them are 24, and Blade pitched for the Mets this year. He appeared in 4 games and had 15 innings, and he started 2 games and was a reliever in 2 games. So he, 24 years old, has already made his major league debut. Drew Gilbert, also 24 years old. I don't know if he's made his major league debut, but I don't think so. And
no, he has not.
Okay.
But I do want to point out, I mean, it was not a good debut for Blade Tidwell.
No, it wasn't. But
Blade Tidwell has a 9 ERA, which means he's allowed 15 runs in 15 innings so far this year. Probably will end up being a reliever. I can't. Most of little I saw on social media was that speculation is that he would eventually end up in the bullpen and not a starter.
Right. No, I wasn't trying to give the impression that he was good. I was said that he was very good. I was just trying to give the impression that he's going to make a contribution probably next year. right? That's the expectation. Both of them will be going into their 25-year next year. And I don't know, I've railed on this a lot in the past, folks. Like, if you aren't in the major leagues and playing consistently by the time you're 25 years old, you're likely to not be in the major leagues. And certainly not as even a bench player. Like, those are people who arrive after that generally turn out to be replacement players. So they're up and down a lot and they bounce around a lot. And I know the Giants have a lot of examples of that not being the case from recent past. And that's just, Farhan being Farhan, I think. But generally speaking, you like guys to be established as major league players by the time they're 25 years old. So I would expect to see these guys next year and certainly, significant contributors by the time they're 26. So the year after that. Yeah.
Well, and remember, I mean, you stock your minor league system with prospects for two reasons. One is to obviously support your major league club when needed, but also as trade pieces for future pieces. So, you want talent in the minor leagues so that you can maybe use that to get a major league ready player or something like that. So maybe we see that down the road.
I don't think. Do you think I don't think 24-year-olds do that. I don't think 24-year-olds are tradable.
Well, we just traded for two of them.
That is true. But they're going to be so unless we're going to flip these guys, they're going to be 25 next year.
I think we do that. We like just fix the bathroom, put some new flooring down,
right?
A little paint job,
right?
And flip them,
right? We give Drew some lifts. He gets a couple of inches on the height chart,
yes,
yeah, and then we just flip him.
That's right. That's right. All of a sudden, it goes from 5'9" to 5'11".
Right. Exactly.
Look how
and then it's like, wow, what did the Giants feed him? Yeah. Okay. I like it. Okay.
Well,
but no, there's one other thing I like.
Oh, what do you like?
Butto.
It's just gonna be fun to say that.
It's gonna be fun to say Butto. Yeah.
I think it's Butto.
I heard you, and I think it's Butto.
Okay. Hopefully he makes a lot of appearances and we could talk about Butto.
And then Butto came in and shut him down.
So I do want to point out that Tyler Rogers is a free agent after this season. So we got 3 guys for a rental.
Yes.
So the Mets did pay up for someone that they only have control of for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
And so that begs the question, Ben. Could the Giants re-sign Tyler Rogers in the offseason?
I don't think this helps their chance.
Yes, they could.
Why?
They could re-sign Tyler Rogers in the offseason.
Okay, here's the thing. Last time we talked about Tyler, I was like, I think the league will not value him as highly as the Giants do.
And you were wrong. Look, somebody traded 3 guys for him.
I agree. Yes, I was wrong. So I will accept the fact that I could be wrong about this as well. But I feel like trading away your twin brother and then trading you away, not good ways to say, hey, we'd like to bring you back. But
so on that note, do you think they gave him a ride to New York?
Like he's going to fly on the plane with them right now? Like he's on the plane with them right now?
Yes.
No, I do not.
Why not?
Why? Well,
yeah. I mean, if you're courting, it's never too early to start courting a future free agent, Ben. Well, I mean, they could hey, Tyler, we'll give you a ride to New York. We're headed there anyway.
Well, first of all, I mean, Tyler could have wanted to get on a plane earlier today. Who knows, right? And secondly, why give the Mets that luxury? Let the Mets buy a first class airplane ticket and fly him to New York. And also he would be on the plane. And he would just be like seeing everybody who's icing and limping, and he would just know exactly.
He already knows all that anyway.
Yeah, but there was like 1 day extra of him not knowing. No, keep the enemy off the plane, Matthew.
Enemy?
Yeah, he's the enemy. Do you know what's gonna happen? Do you know what's gonna happen over the next 3 days? Over the weekend?
Oh, he's gonna come in all 3 games and he's going to
make us look silly. The Giants.
Yes, he is.
He is going to absolutely embarrass those fools. And I know that seems impossible. How could he embarrass guys who've been embarrassing themselves all season? Oh, he's going to do it. This is their punishment. This is the punishment that the San Francisco Giants position players get for sucking so bad they get to face Tyler Rogers. That's their punishment. And frankly, they deserve it. I don't know that I deserved it, but they deserve it.
I think Patrick Bailey, Jung-Hoo Lee, and Rafael Devers are all going to swing at balls that are going to hit him in the face. That's just...
I agree. Especially those three. Especially Bailey. Come on, man. Like, you would think catching him, he would know, but he won't.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we do have till 3 p.m. on Thursday. So the trade deadline, as we are speaking, is not over yet.
Yeah.
Any other moves that Buster could make?
Well, so Alex said, and I said this out loud, I yelled it to my wife as I was ranting that the Giants were yelling. I literally was yelling it out in the living room. They're selling! They're selling! And I was like, I just yelled his name out. I just yelled it out. I just yelled out, Camilo! Camilo's on the block. So,
yeah.
So I will be sweating that out. So I think Camilo is definitely on the block. After that, I don't know. I know you. Yeah, go ahead and tell me the names you think are on the block, and I'll laugh.
Well, I think if they can find somebody, I think Justin Verlander.
Oh, that would be a good one, but nobody wants him.
I don't know. He's pitched pretty well his last 2 times out.
Stop it.
And there are a lot of teams that need starting pitching, Ben. So
okay, send him to the Dodgers.
And I did see that Buster said that if we can find a spot that is mutually agreeable, then we'll do what we can out of respect for Verlander, right? And so I think, and actually I don't know if Buster said that. I saw someone say that.
What?
I'm not sure it was Buster.
Okay, you can't do that, Matthew. You can't just put quotes into guys.
Well, that's the thing is I don't want to quote Buster when I'm not sure I'm quoting Buster. So I'm that caveat, but it's out there, and I think that Verlander is an option. And frankly, any one of our minor league guys or guys with that are out of options.
Yeah.
They could get him for a Pepsi machine.
I don't. Oh, do you mean like the Giants would give them Marco Luciano and a Pepsi machine, and the Giants would get a terse thank you back?
I'm saying they could trade like Matos for a Pepsi machine.
Oh, maybe Matos for a Pepsi machine. Yes. I think Matos would get a Pepsi machine back. I do think that.
What about Luciano? You're saying Luciano would be like what, an RC Cola machine?
No, the Giants would have. No, I don't think the Giants would have to give away a Coke machine, and bundled with Luciano, and get a terse thank you back, and that would be about where his trade value is right now. Yeah, nobody wants Marco Luciano, Matthew.
I think somebody would take a flyer on him.
I think everybody would take him for no dollars. Yes, I agree. For free, yes. They will all be lining up. They're not all of them. There'll be 15 teams lining up to sign him. They'll send out whoever they send out to do that, an intern, to sign him when the Giants have to cut him in after next spring.
Maybe they'll get him to sign for an RC Cola machine.
Get Luciano to sign?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I don't think Luciano's going to be a Giant. I don't think I would want to be.
All right. Well, Ben, upcoming opponents, we're doing it all again. Except we're doing it away now. So we're going to play the Mets for 3 games, and then we're playing the Pirates for 3 games.
So we're going to New York, and we're going to Pittsburgh. So we're away, and the away team usually is a disadvantage, right?
Yep.
And we just traded away perhaps our best player this year. And we sent him to one of those 2 teams. Okay, I'm predicting 2 sweeps, Matthew. I'm predicting 0-6.
I find it hard to argue with you, but I think, wouldn't it be funny if the baseball gods just flipped it and we swept both of those series?
I mean, it would be possible. I mean,
I will come back after we sweep the Mets and be like, yep, that tracks. This is the 2025
and they
Giants.
run roughshod over Rodgers. They hit just dongs off of him, and they just brutalize him. Yes, I could see that happening. The baseball has a way of doing that. Like, I'm a cynic, so I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does happen, I would have been like, I should have seen that coming. So, and of course, I hope that it does. I mean, F that guy.
That's right.
I mean, like, yeah.
That's right. No.
I hope he
I like
tanks.
Tyler Rogers.
I hope they tank, he tanks, and I hope the Mets don't make the playoffs.
Okay.
That cocktail might be...
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Yes, Bob, it is time for the booze.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Well, Bob, as I said at the beginning of the show, I'm drinking a bitter Buster.
He is.
And so when I found out that this was all going down, I had another cocktail in mind. But then I decided, no, this is a bitter time. What can I do to make a bitter drink? And of course, the immediate response would be a Negroni. That was my thought. But I don't want to waste a Negroni on this. So instead, I did something different. I did 2 ounces of Rye Whiskey, 3/4 ounces of Dry Vermouth, a 1/2 ounce of Averna, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, 1 dash of black walnut bitters. You're going to put all those into a mixing glass with ice, and you're going to stir for 30 seconds until well chilled. Strain that into a rocks glass with a large ice cube. You're going to express an orange peel over the drink, but you're not going to drop it in. You're going to discard that peel like a once loved reliever. And that, my friends, is a bitter Buster. So that's what I'm drinking, Bob. A bitter Buster.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Thanks, Bob. I mean, it's actually not bad. It's okay if you like a little bitterness in your life, which, at this point, who doesn't?
What are you drinking, Ben?
I don't want to talk about it, Bob. Look, I already did the recipe at the beginning of the show, but I guess I'll read my thing. What I'm drinking today, Bob, is called Shit from My Bar. And here, I'll just read the recipe notes to you. It's 1 to 3 novelty travel bottles of liquor you received as a gift or bought as a gag. I used all 3. Then 1 to 3 flavored sodas like Colt or Jolt or something. And I put parentheses before the word like, but I did not close them. I'm going to leave it that way in the show notes, folks. So look for the missing paren. And the third ingredient is your dignity for garnish. To make it, open 1 or more of the bottles. Ask your brother which ones you should pour into the glass. He'll say all 3, because he's a hero. And it's okay if you open them with your teeth. You do what you got to do. Open 1 or more bottles of soda. You're going to think I only want 1, but then later you're going to want more. So keep them close by. Combine that in a glass with ice. Then remove your dignity and drink. And don't lie if you like it. I don't see how it's possible that you could like it. Folks, they layered. They layered on each other. And I couldn't get them to mix. I don't have a spoon in here with me, so I just kind of pushed the ice up and down to make them dance around. But they didn't. So the cocktail just got worse and worse as I drank it. And I put the macadamia one in first, and then I put the bad banana one, and I put the moonshine on top. And frankly, that was the best one. So the cocktail just got worse and worse, and by the end I was drinking liquid fondant. I don't know. It was nasty. It was awful. But this was a nasty and awful day, so it felt really appropriate. And Bob, that's what I'm drinking today. Shit from my bar, and that's how you make it.
I'm not gonna lie. That cocktail sucked.
Nobody thinks you're lying, Bob. It sucked. Just like today. Sucked. Just like the whole last few days have sucked. And that's a wrap! Thank you for joining us. We will be back on Monday. after the Giants face Tyler Rogers and the New York Mets in the city of brotherly love. Except not. It's the Big Apple.
I was going to say, isn't that Philadelphia?
Yes, it is. Matthew, the macadamia nut's just hitting me right now. I just got through it. It's hitting me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The macadamia nut mystery liqueur is hitting me right now. But if you can't wait that long to get your fix, feel free to reach out to us on the social medias. You can find us by searching for Giant Cocktails. If we are there, our username will show up. If we're not, our username might still show up. But send us a message, tweet at us, and maybe Matthew will reply. If you can't do that, you can listen to us on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and watch videos of our logo for 45 minutes. But most importantly, you can also leave a positive review, and it's only positive if it's 5 stars, at your podcasting platform of choice, such as Apple Podcasts and Tylerify. Matthew, it was great. No, it sucked. It sucked talking about the Giants with you today. It sucked, but it wasn't you.
Agreed. No, none. I don't believe it was me.
No, it wasn't you. It was mostly Jung Hoo Lee. Until next time, Matthew, cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Ben. Bye, everybody.
I said what I said. Goodbye!
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
So I did buy us tickets for that Giants game that we're going to, and
we're going to that now?
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like we are going to be going to the Gotham Club, and maybe that would be the perfect excuse just to sit in the Gotham Club and drink.
Because who wants to watch these fools play baseball?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, the pitching's pretty good, although it's not as good as it used to be.
No, it's not.
We used to have the coolest reliever in all of baseball, man, and now we don't.
I was just going to say, we still got Camilo, but by the time this airs, maybe
we don't. Yeah, we don't. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Can you imagine if by 3 o'clock tomorrow there's no Camilo, no Tyler? How boring our bullpen's going to look?
Yeah, it's going to look pretty boring. Bunch of overhand throwing sub 100 mile an hour losers. They're not losers. They're not losers. I didn't mean it. I'm angry and I'm confused and I'm sad. I didn't mean it. Whoever's in the bullpen, I don't even remember anymore. Tyler Walker? Eric? No, he's hurt. Joey Lucchese? This is Gage guy? I don't even know these guys anymore. I don't even know who they are.